Hey you guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. If you're new here, my name is Ashley and I sell on eBay and Amazon part-time while being a stay-at-home mom and doing all the mom things that I normally do. And I appreciate all of you coming to join me today. We're going to talk about style names of dresses. This is part 2 in my series where I help you apply keywords to your items and titles that might help you sell your items a little bit faster and help the buyer know what kind of item you're selling. So today I thought we'd tackle dresses and skirts. These are all things that I didn't really know when I started selling on eBay. I never knew how people were able to fill out the entire title. I'm like, it's just a dress. That's really all I knew. I'm not the most fashionable person, I never was, so it took me a long time to learn some of these keywords and titles and dress styles and names, but I hope that this video helps you shortcut the process and not have to take all the time that I did. First up, we have just a very basic shift dress. These dresses are not form-fitting. They're usually just kind of straight and looser fit. They're not a tent dress, which we'll get to, but they're just a very basic dress, not super cropped, not super fitted. Might have a little bit of shape to it, but it basically falls on your own silhouette more naturally. So, and that's a good thing to put into your dress keyword titles. Knee length, is it above knee? Is it a midi, which means it goes between the knee and the ankle? Or is it like a maxi dress or maxi skirt, full length? You definitely want to put that in the title so that people know, and so that if they search those terms, your listing comes up. There is an A-line dress or an A-line skirt, and what that does is it just makes the shape of an A, and it'll come out like an A. It'll flare out a little bit, and an A-line skirt is the same way. It just is the shape of an A. It comes out in a straight line, and that's just the way it's cut. A sheath dress is a dress that is structured more to your body and is a little bit more fitted. It's not super fitted, but it has structure to it. So it might come down to just above the waist and structure around the hips and just be a little bit more fitted and have a little bit more form. And then a dress might be bodycon, which means it's very stretchy and it completely contours to the body. And again, it's stretchy and it could be like a stretch material. All of these could have different neck shapes as well, which we'll talk about in just a second. A tent dress, wide and very loose fit and baggy, and those are meant to be that way. They're meant to not have a lot of structure and they're meant to be extremely loose fitted. Empire or empire waist, I'm not sure. You guys know, my pronunciation is never 100%, but it just comes up to right below the breast and flares out below that. So it contours right below the chest area and then it flares out. Strapless is pretty straightforward, just means it has no straps. Strapless is just strapless, has no straps, and something can be strapless and bodycon or strapless and tent or sheath or whatever, so you can always combine those keywords. Halter dress means that it comes up around your neck to tie and fasten, and then however else, you know, it could be a halter maxi, it could be a halter, a lot of things, but that just means the neckline goes around your neck and ties. A one shoulder or asymmetrical dress just means that it only drapes over one shoulder. I like to use the word asymmetrical or asymmetry when I do that because then it helps anyone who's searching for asymmetry pull up my listing. A sundress is usually a thinner strap, spaghetti strap, often has a V-neck line and is just a very shimmery or loose cottony fabric. It looks like it's meant to be worn in the summer. So that's something that's just usually easy to put a keyword to. Often it's like an empire waist or comes up high and is very flowy and fun. So that is a sundress. A wrap dress is when it fully wraps around your body with the drawstring or tie waist. It can even be a faux wrap, which means that it doesn't actually tie, but it looks like a wrap dress or it crosses in the front. That's something to look out for. Both of those are very popular, by the way, so definitely want to throw those keywords into your titles if you ever have one of those. A slip dress is just like it sounds, kind of shimmery, silky. It's very thin fabric, spaghetti straps, and like it makes me think of like Intimately Free people. They have a lot of slip dresses. So if it has that like nightgown style look to it, then definitely that's like a slip dress. There are also kippao dresses or kimono style dresses that are Asian inspired and have just that very classic detail at the shoulder, higher neckline, or have like that wrap detail with like the orchid floral detail. They might have brocade or embroidery, so that's just, so if you have something specific to that, that's really important. A blouse on dress is when it's really loose fit at the top and then it suddenly has like a cinched waist and then it's really loose again. So it's really flowy and it only has structure right at the waistline, but it's very loose and flowy on the top, and that's something just to, I didn't know what that was when I first found a Blouse On Dress. I was like, what is this loose flowy? So I had to kind of look it up. A drop waist is when a dress has a very, very low waist, much lower than your normal waist would be, and then it has like a shorter skirt to it, or it could even be a maxi, but usually it has a shorter skirt to it. It's a very like 1930s style. A shirt dress is a button-up collar short sleeve or long sleeve dress. So it kind of looks like a dress shirt, but also has the skirt along with it. So that is a shirt dress. I used to think that like a t-shirt dress was the same as a shirt dress. It's not. I mean, you can. I think if something is like a t-shirt and is long, you can call it a t-shirt dress, but just be aware that shirt dress is technically the button-up kind with the collar. Okay, and then there are necklines, and I'll just give you the ones that I use most often. There is the Sweetheart neckline, which is just a curve right around the bust, extremely distinct. You know it when you see it. Then of course there's just the classic V-neck. That's what I see most often. There's the high neck, like we talked about with like the Ki-Pow or the Asian inspired dresses. There are the Queen Anne style necklines that have like very short cap sleeves and then have an angle here, and then the Sweetheart, finish off with like the Sweetheart neckline. Scoop neck is just the classic lower scoop neck as opposed to a crew neck, which comes kind of like I have right up here. And then a square neckline, just like it sounds, just comes straight like a square, just has like that square neck opening. And then when it comes to skirts, I really only use a handful of keywords. I don't pick up a ton of skirts actually, but when I am describing a skirt, it's usually A-line. Pencil skirts are very straight, slim skirts. Pleated, I pick up some pleated skirts that have like the pleats in them. In fact, that is kind of a trend I see up and coming, those very short pleated mini skirts with like a sweatshirt or something loose fit on top. Tiered, sometimes skirts and dresses even can be tiered and have like these layers to them that kind of flow down almost like a cake. There are peplum skirts that have the layer just on the top that flares out, and then beneath it is kind of like a pencil skirt. Tulle skirts are very flowy, have like tulle or lace or very fluffy kind of ballerina style almost skirts. And then ruffled, I think that goes in with tiered. If something has ruffles, you know, you can just add that to your title as well. And that's pretty much it. Just make sure you always put the length too, because people are looking for that. Knee length, mini, is it midi, does it go below the knee, is it maxi, that kind of thing. And you should be good to go. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining me for this video. I hope that it helped. Again, it's part 2 in my series. I'm gonna do a part 3 really soon. Sorry that this one took 6 weeks plus to get out to you, but I hope it helped you. I hope it helps you with your style keywords and just increases your knowledge a little bit more quickly than mine did. Of course, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more content from my perspective as a reseller. I really appreciate it when you guys do that. It helps me so much and motivates me to create content for you on a daily basis. So please help me do that for you. Again, thanks you guys, and until next time, take care.